In this series we have been looking at how we might build the universe in which we live with the concepts of quantum processes and holons. We've been able to show inextricable links between reality, life and consciousness. In this video we are going to have a look at how this scheme of thinking can throw light on incarnate and discarnate consciousness. Or more simply, we are asking the question, can spirits exist? Certainly, in the materialistic particle and space worldview, there is no logical route to account for spirits or spirit communication, or indeed any paranormal phenomena. But what are the implications of the HOLON view of reality with centers of consciousness within a universal sentience field? We are now familiar with this diagram representing the human mind. The blue area represents the subconscious mind, all the HOLON ideas that a person can bring to mind, and the ovals represent that person's conscious mind, the ideas being actively thought about. Individual HOLON ideas have their own red centers of consciousness, and the purple dot in the center represents a person's reflexive self, the person's decision-making center. In this particular diagram, we've only labelled one of the contributory idea holons, a particularly important one, this person's human body holon. This diagram represents an incarnate mind, an incarnate reflexive self, a consciousness with a body. So what does this diagram look like when we remove the human body holon? All we have done is removed just one holon from a vast number of idea holons in the mindset. All the other idea holons of the reflexive self remain the same. Our diagram suggests that a person in the form of their reflexive self will survive the death, the removal of their physical body holon. This conclusion is thankfully totally at odds with the dead mechanical particle and space view of reality. The next question is, can we communicate with spirits, and can they communicate with us? The standard particle and space answer is obviously no. However, our new model opens up some intriguing possibilities. This diagram shows that in the same way that we bring any idea holon to mind, we can bring a spirit holon to mind. It just requires that we think about that particular holon. So discarnate spirit holons are simply a part of the mindset of our incarnate reflexive selves. And in parallel to what we've just seen, a person holon can be part of the mindset of a spirit holon, and so can readily be brought to mind by them. But what about communication between the two? How might two-way communication work? This diagram illustrates conventional communication between two people. The communication relies on either sound waves or electromagnetic waves being generated by a sender, and then this signal is picked up by a receiver. It takes time for this communication to travel from one person to another, and the maximum speed of this communication is limited by the speed of light. But in this new model of the universe, there is another possible means of communication. In an earlier video, we used this diagram to explain how space is made from randomly orientated quantum reflexive processes, and we went on to explain how reality and consciousness emerge as these processes form holons. Now, a single quantum reflexive process consists of two entangled quantum charges, and these are represented by the two charges circled in the diagram. These charges have a remarkable property. They communicate with each other instantaneously. A change in one is instantaneously received by the other. The reason for this is that a pair of quantum charges is not two separate charges. It is one quantum reflexive process, one indivisible fundamental of reality. And this process contains all the many properties that we discussed in earlier videos. And one of those properties is time. So, entangled quantum charges exist in a timeless reality. So let's go back to our communication diagram. We've removed the conventional light speed limited signal, and we've marked in red the left-hand person's awareness holon of the right-hand person, and in green the right-hand person's awareness holon of the left-hand person. And now we have added in just one of the vast number of quantum reflexive processes that make up the holons. The quantum reflexive process that we have illustrated is held in common by the two centres of consciousness. One of the quantum charges is a part of one centre of consciousness, and the other quantum charge is a part of the other centre. These entangled pairs of quantum electrons are an inextricable link between the two people, and because of this quantum connection, any change in the quantum charge in one person is instantaneously transmitted to the other person. And because this is a communication within a fundamental of reality, we are illustrating a means by which people can communicate faster than light. This is a mechanism that could explain many paranormal phenomena, such as telepathy, a sense of being stared at, and pets knowing when their owners are coming home. These are subjects that are ignored by mainstream science, because they are impossibilities in a particle and space view of reality. Interesting though they are, we do not have the time to delve into paranormal subjects any further. But why have we gone down this route? What has it got to do with incarnate and discarnate consciousness? Well, in the same way that we saw earlier, if we change one of these people holons to a discarnate spirit holon, this faster-than-light communication mechanism that we have been discussing remains intact. This mechanism allows for communication between incarnate and discarnate centres of consciousness. It allows for spirit communication. We could discuss these remarkable findings at great length, but we have to move on to the next video, where we are going to talk about cosmic consciousness and absolute sentient power.